Good morning. This is Bad Vibes. Now, I apologize for my unfortunate voice. I'm, I think it sounds like crap, but hey, that's my opinion, and that's what I'm talking to you about. Is my opinion. I want to do business for you and all of you that are watching this. I want to put your product out there. I don't care if it's comic. I don't care if it's a toy. I don't care if it's art. I don't care if it's writing, crafts, photography, modeling, cosplay, YouTuber, whatever. If you have a tangible product or a service that you want to provide, I will put it out there. But before you decide to work with me, I want you to know who I am. My name's John Sargent. I'm in Eastern Oregon. You want to have fun with that, folks? Hey, Kick Vic, here I am. Look me up. Have fun with that. Shane, enjoy those Nikes, by the way. Yes, I stand with Vic. I stand with due process. I may not believe in government as a whole. I believe that government has a very narrow duty. I believe I'm nearly an anarchist. I'm more of a constitutionalist right now, but I would very easily be an anarchist at the rate things are going. And I'm okay with that. I'm an individualist. You want to wave a flag of, oh, I'm this, I'm not, that's okay. Just remember, at the end of the day, you're going to, whatever group it is, whether it's a occupation, location, education, economics, whatever. Each and every one of those groups is judged by the lowest common denominator. You can say that's prejudice, you can say that's racist, you can say that's whatever. It's a fact. This is why I've always said, be an individual. Don't be a hashtag. Don't be a number. Don't be a follower. Do your thing. Make your own decision. I always encourage people, look at the story. Make up your own mind. If they're telling you something, make sure you find out for yourself and make up your own mind. Doesn't matter what my opinion is, doesn't matter what somebody else's opinion is. Make up your own mind. As long as you do that, you have a greater chance of surviving this world and being successful than anybody who just follows the talking heads. Now, when it comes to business, my goal is word of mouth. A lot of big companies have lost this aspect. You cannot measure what word of mouth means in the grand scheme of life and business and money. Let me give you an example. Best example I ever learned from an awesome businessman. When somebody comes to you and asks, hey, where can I find X? A lot of folks, their inclination isn't always what's best, because that's a perception. But they will tell you where not to go. Don't go down there. He doesn't do very good business. He jacks his prices up, or their customer service sucks, or whatever. That matters. Marvel, DC, Disney, Fox, these big companies have all forgotten those aspects. They've forgotten what word of mouth can do. And that's what I'm bringing to you. I'm offering you word of mouth. The best word of mouth. The best aspects. I'm not going to review it. I'm not going to judge it. If there's drama behind it, or you as a creator, or somebody else that's a creator, I'm not going to get into that little ball game, because that is not what I'm going to do. You like a product, you tell me about it. You make a product, you tell me about it, and I'll tell you about it the way you tell me to tell it. I won't put out negative ads. I won't put out any negative aspect on this. And I will do my best, if somebody is a second hand, I will do my best to reach out to those owners and make sure that they're okay with this. Because I don't want them to do business with me if they don't want to. I don't want you to do business with me if you don't want to. And that's okay. I want you to know who I am. Because I believe in honesty. I believe in integrity. And I believe in individuals. Hero Hay, Yellow Flash, Tug, Nick Ricada. I hope that they're okay with me giving them the shout out. Because at the end of the day, they're doing the job they want to do. They want to put out their opinions. They want to put out ideas. They want to put out perceptions. And people disagree. That's okay. That's the lovely thing about this life in this country. It's okay to disagree. In fact, I hope more people disagree and vocalize. Because if we can at least vocalize, at the very least, hopefully, 1 out of every 10 people you engage with gets a perception of what is going on from your perspective. And that's okay. If you got a story to tell, I'll shill it. Be consistent. Be determined. Be motivated. And your product will sell. I can almost guarantee it. But once we can get through the advertising threshold, and this is the biggest part, advertisements. Advertising costs big money. I want to break that door down for you. This is no cost, no frills, no bullshit. Bring it to me. Tell me what you got. Tell me where to find it. Tell me what it's about. And I'll put it out there for you. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be the best salesman. My voice is not made to be heard, in my opinion. But if you can put up with my voice, and other people's can too, great. I don't like hearing it. Not coming back at me in a video, because I think it sounds like crap. But hey, that's okay. Now I'm going to boomer this up, okay? But you're going to get nature, or you're going to get whatever. You might see the thumbnails or websites to these products and services in future videos. Eventually, I plan to find a better personality to back this program. Somebody who has a better voice than me. That's assuming they have the time to put forth. And I will turn this over to them, happily. But until then, I want to kick the doors down. I want to kick the pearly gates to Olympus down. And hand you the keys to those thrones. Because eventually, these big companies are going to have to learn. They cannot keep destroying these intellectual properties that weren't theirs truly to begin with. These were made by individuals. Schuster, Kirby, Lee, whoever. Those were theirs. And they've nearly destroyed all of them in some way or another. And that's wrong. That's disrespectful. And I'm tired of it. You're tired of it. You're tired of the politics being shoved down your throat in the most blatant, ham-fisted, dumbass way possible. Okay, many of us supported X-Men because it was the story from day one. We supported Avengers because that was the story from day one. We supported those characters. We supported those ideas because they were consistent. It's not consistent anymore. Somebody threw a hand grenade in the middle of there, or threw it in a damn blender and said, oh, let's throw in this idea. Oh, if it sticks, great. And that's pissing people off. If it pisses you off, that's why you're watching this video. That's why I'm making this video. We must change it. If we can't change it, then we're going to do it ourselves. And that's the power the internet gave us. That's the power we are giving each other. That's the power we're giving to you, to people like Church of Failure, Mr. Deadman, who's helping me with my project, to Pixlexia, Comic Villain, and a lot of others. If you support these people, or anybody in this community, tell me who needs big companies to do the job. I'm here. I don't have a pretty voice, but I'm doing it. Hero's doing it. Tug's doing it. Nick's doing it. Yellow Flash is doing it. We're giving you guys the platform. So if you're going to support us, we'll support you. And I'm willing to step up. It's not pretty. I'll boomer the hell out of it. But I'm going to offer you something. I hope that you're willing to do the same for me. Because if I'm going to shill for you, guess what? When I do, you're going to say, hey, this guy's got my product. Well, when you do that, you're bringing along all the other people in that video, which is going to bring your followers to them and bring their followers to you, and maybe some others. And eventually, if handled correctly, you will be successful and be able to deliver your dream. Because anybody who says they didn't want to be a comic artist or a comic writer or a toy maker, whatever, they're a liar. Everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's got some ambition, some creative streak that, even if it's just once you want to do this. Everybody wants once. At least. Maybe more. If the bug really bites them. If you really want this, shill for me, I'll shill for you. I'll shill for all of you. I hope and hope and hope that makes you successful. Because if that makes you successful, that means I was successful. And success cannot be measured just in dollars. It's how many people are willing to back you up. You saw last night's stream with Nick Rekieta. You have the community, you have the power. All you have to do is back each other up. You gotta love nature, right? Got a moth that wants to become part of the stream. Already wanting to be famous, right? Unfortunately, my timing sucks. You missed the deer come through a little later this evening. But the reason I'm doing it this late is I get off at midnight from the job I do. And I deal with people every day. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a clerk. I sling cigarettes and pump gas. Hey, woohoo, whoop-de-doo. It pays the bills, and I'm happy. But I want more. I've got a story to tell. I know you guys have stories to tell or products to sell, because every product has a story that you have. Whether it's your art, if it's pictures, cosplay, doesn't matter. That's your story. I'm willing to help you tell it. I'll never put out a negative ad about your product. I won't review it. I won't give my biased opinion for it or against it. I will just say, here it is. If somebody else chooses to do reviews, I encourage them to step up. Because right now, you have ungodly amount of power. You, as an individual, right now, have as much power as these big companies that turned their nose up and gave you the middle finger. Thanks to people like Tug, EVS, Nick Rekieta, Hero Hay, Yellow Flash. The list goes on and on and on. Because they disrespected and ignored. Not Hero Hay. The big companies ignored you. They said, keep the story coming. You did not tell them to change the character. You didn't tell them to slap on something that just didn't fit onto a character or into a story that really wasn't theirs to change. Oh, they got the legal right to it, but that wasn't their story. That was Lee's, Schuster's, Kirby's, whatever. Those were their guys' stories. Now you have the opportunity to share yours. And do it your way for the fans. Thank you. Enjoy your Freedom Weekend. And join me. Maybe we can do something great. You have a great community that's willing to back you every step of the way. Bring integrity, determination, honesty, and it doesn't really matter how good the product is. Really, if your product, as long as your product is honest, your skill honest, and you keep integrity in that story, people will back you. You may not be as successful as some other guy, but people will back you up. I've watched it. If your product even has a little bit of heart in it, real heart, people will follow you. I have faith in that. Have faith in a community that cares. If you put real heart and real effort into it, they'll put a little heart into it too. Thank you.